Welcome to the Informed and Oblivious podcast, episode 4. I'm Sideshow Phil, and this is Storytime Raymond. Today we've got a special episode. Ray is going to pick the topic for today, so take it away, Ray.
Yeah, you gave me a quest to find a topic because I have no interest in most shit. So today we're going to talk about the state of the video games industry.
It's not that you don't have interest in most shit. It's that I go down crazy rabbit holes all the time, and I don't like knowing the stuff that I like to know.
There's a reason we're called Informed and Oblivious.
Yeah. On a side tangent to that, though, it's kind of funny. I was watching a Tucker Carlson interview, and he was telling to one person, he's like, yeah, I don't want to dig deeper. He's like, I feel if I dig deeper, I'd just develop a mental illness. And I related with that so strongly. I was like, yeah, that makes sense. I was like, yeah. You open some doors, you can't shut them. But anyway, before we dive in today, just a reminder to everybody again, if you like what we do, drop us a like, give us a subscribe, give us a follow, hit that notification bell, and drop us a comment with anything you want to see here in the future, anything you like about what's going on, things you want to change. And what you might notice from today's episode is we've improved the audio. Well, or at least we think we did.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, so if you like what you're hearing, please let us know. If you don't say anything, we're just going to assume it's fine. So what we plan on doing then with the improved audio, because I at least think it sounds a lot better from the re-listening that I've done, we're going to re-release the first 3 episodes at different times with the improved audio. So
if you like what we said, but not the audio files that it came through, give it another shot.
Yeah, but that's the only new news for right now. So let's jump into it. So what did you want to talk about with the video game industry?
The first thing that came to mind was a lot of people bitching about the new Nintendo games being a little bit more expensive, or the last set of the AAA games that came out as $10 more.
Yeah.
And personally, I kind of think that I'm surprised that hadn't happened already.
Well, you know what was funny when they actually complained about that, right? I went back and I looked and I was like, man, video games when we
they
grew
haven't
up
gone up in a while. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but there's that. But I was like, video games when we grew up used to be so much cheaper, and there was $39, $40 video games, and then I was like, no, I looked, and the advent of the PlayStation is when you started seeing it be $50 video games on par. So I was like, okay, what was $50 then today? And it is about $90.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's fine, but and I'm sure you'd agree with me on this though. What kind of $90 video game?
Well, yeah, so that's where I was going with my thought process there, was because so many games now we spend more time in the early access, the alphas of a lot of video games than when the actual release. Nobody gives a fuck. They've been on the market for 6 years in early access. We've already seen everything that's to be seen. So by the time it's actually released, nobody cares. So I would prefer, do more closed betas, do more, not open to the world testing of your games. Just give us more $90 games, but make them full games. Make them completely finished working products that you don't have to, put, 6 day one patches out for. Just give us full finished games at a higher price tag. And I think at least I would probably be more happy with that most of the time.
Yeah, well, and I think AAA game makers struggle all the time with this because they don't understand why people flock to indie games so much. And it's just because if I'm going to test a game anyway, I want to pay $20 for it.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay $100 because now I need to get the special early access, all these other things, or I'm going to fall behind and then have the game glitch to hell. Why would I do that when I can spend $20, $10, $15 and play an indie game that, it's going to be a little glitchy, but I know it's supposed to be glitchy because they've told me it's going to be glitchy.
Hey, we're still working on this and we're accepting your feedback every day. Yeah. Great.
Yeah, and not only do they accept the feedback, they make the changes much more rapidly than these AAA game companies do. And yeah, I fully agree with that. And that's the thing. Nintendo could get away with it because I will say, for the most part, Nintendo games when they come out are more polished than most game developers, which is cool. But let's get rid of all this extra stuff, because even back in the day when we had pre-orders that like, oh, pre-order this thing and get this special like skin or something like that for the game, you never had to pay extra. You just paid it in full already. Like you pre-ordered the thing, it was the same price. I think a lot of people forget that. Like it wasn't like, oh yeah, pre-order the game, and then if you want the skin, pre-order it for the $20 extra model that gives you the skin. It's like, what the fuck is that?
But I mean, there were extra stuff, but it wasn't for in-game stuff.
Well, no,
like if you pre-ordered like the deluxe edition of a thing back in the day, you got like a figurine and like other shit with it, and a map and like a lore book.
Well, no, yeah, the deluxe stuff, but I'm more talking like if you did pre-orders through GameStop. Remember, you could enter in like the code and get like things in the.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So like maybe it's just like a store exclusive thing. Like you could do that with PC or anything like that. But those days are gone too. So you're getting a less finished game. You're getting charged for everything that's finishing the game now as a DLC, which is wild. And everybody's just okay with it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't get how it survives, because I know a lot of the gaming industry is heavily fueled by kids, but like when we were kids, if stuff was garbage like that, we wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, it wasn't easily accessible. You can't just download it right away. If you were a kid and your parents wouldn't take you to the store on a Tuesday night when the game came out, you had to wait till the weekend to go get it or whatever. Or like when you had, you could afford to buy it. And
yeah, well,
and then by that time, you had all the reviews saying, hey, yeah, this game is trash, and you don't buy it anyway.
Yeah. And I think maybe something that might combat this, but nobody does it. There's too many of us that are like, well, I'll just stick around till they fix it and make it better. We should honestly start normalizing, if you get a new game and on launch it's trash, it's broken, it doesn't work, refund the game. Nothing else that we have in our lives, if you get it and it's broken, do you say, I'll keep it until like maybe they fix it for me.
Fix it, yeah.
Yeah, you do it for everything, even cars. Like we have lemon laws to protect us on cars. You get broken appliances, anything like that, you're going to return it. But you get a broken, doesn't work video game, we just hold out because like maybe they'll fix it one day.
I've never returned a game, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Stockholm syndrome with the video games. Like we'll get better, we promise. And the only people that I've seen in the past that have done something like that, and to their credit, and I don't know how they do it still, is No Man's Sky. That game.
Like I was gonna say, Hello Games is like the shining star of like the hey, we fucked up.
Yeah.
and now like they have done everything right since their initial launch
and added so much additional content that to be quite honest, they fixed what was wrong with their game years ago, a long
time ago.
And the stuff that they're coming out with should be paid DLCs. Yeah.
Like they've added whole new worlds and content like sets to it. The ability to that either has just launched or is launching soon, like to go underwater and shit now. Like they're just constantly expanding the capabilities of that game.
Yeah, and I think they've gone well and beyond, above and beyond like the good graces of the community to do that. And I don't know, we'd have to look it up, but I don't even think they have microtransactions in the game. So it's not even like GTA style where GTA doesn't charge for DLC, but they kind of do because you need to buy a $50 shark card if you want to get anything in the damn DLC. Yeah,
and that's pay to win shit, which is ultra annoying when you have to buy the cars and the guns and ammo and shit. If there's any DLC or if there's any paid content in Halo games at all, maybe it's for like the outfits or whatever. Like how you get to like select your heads and that sort of. Maybe there's some of those you can pay for, but I'm not sure. You want to look it up?
Yeah. Look it up real quick. I'm curious because even in their like hub thing that you could do the missions in and whatnot to get the extra rewards and stuff, I don't think they have a microtransaction in there. And I'm really curious to find that out because it's another like death of video games, the microtransactions.
No Man's Sky does not have microtransactions in the traditional sense. The game is a one-time purchase, and all major updates and content expansions are free to all players. There are some limited cosmetic items available through expeditions, which are timed events, but these events are not purchasable and are earned through gameplay within the event. So, yeah.
Why did they have to put like such a long-winded thing and like mislead you with like not the traditional sets? I really hate the stupid AI overviews.
Yeah, I should have said, spoiler, this is some AI bullshit. at the top of Google, but apparently not. No microtransactions.
Yeah.
Good on Hello Games, man.
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how they are able to still do that. And that's the thing that kills me. All these AAA games, they're like, oh, it's expensive to fund these things and do that. It's like, well, is it? Because these guys have been, when did that game come out? 2015?
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah, I think it's like 10 years of that game being out, something like that. Maybe it was 2017.
2016.
Yeah, I was close. Yeah, that game, they've been on like a repentance arc that whole time, and they're still like, we're sorry. It's like, no, you guys have like proved to us that you're sorry. We get it.
They
Like,
made a bunch of promises, didn't live up to it initially. It was just a sort of a, hey, have fun on this planet game, and then have since, it is what they promised and more.
yeah. And at this point, it's like, yeah,
and one
please
of the best
charge us for something because we feel bad.
And one of the best VR experiences I've ever had, which is like, it wasn't supposed to have it. They were just like, hey, this is fun. Let's throw it in.
Yeah.
And they did the best VR port I've ever seen in a massive multiplayer game. It's fantastic.
Yeah, and one of the VR, one of the few VR ports where you could play it pretty seamlessly with your buddies who aren't in VR.
Yeah, I will. The only gripe I have about playing seamlessly with when I was in VR, and my buddies were not in VR. In VR, I could see my fingers on the knuckle trackers, and so I could flip you off. But no one else could see. Like, they just saw hands on the other screen. It didn't show the fingers. Like, I'd be doing, like, giving people the bird, and they're just like, what?
Yeah. Well, I get this. That's probably some kind of like processing power or something with the servers, where like rendering it locally for you is fine, but then if they try to render it server wide, it might get a little complicated.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It did show when like my arms went out of whack or whatever when the controllers didn't track properly. People were like, you're all right.
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, you're doing some contortion over there.
Yeah, I think the comment was like my feet would stick and like my knees would like move in weird directions when I moved around.
Yeah, it's getting out of control. But again, I'm not opposed to the $90 game price if the games are good. If they're solidly made, they're complete games. There's none of this DLC bullshit. Just give me the complete game, and I'm good. I'd pay that much money because a lot of these things, by the time you pay for all the extra DLCs and bullshit, you've paid $100 anyway
or more. Yeah.
So, and that's the thing too. Stop like having games just drag out endlessly with DLCs. Make a game, cut it the fuck off, and then start the sequel. If it's good, people will buy the sequel.
Yep. Yeah. The sequel can be DLC if like it's a big enough thing. Like, whatever. I mean, like there's some stuff where that's good if it, if it's like online stuff and there's like seasonal content. Although even that sometimes it gets to a point where like, all right, come on, do a new thing. But yeah, just make a second one. Like if you have an envision for the project at the start and okay, like, oh, here's the what we want to do, and then we're gonna have like 2 DLCs planned. We're gonna do this and this, and like you don't have to how much can we drag this out afterwards.
Yeah, because the problem is too, like when they do these things, like support for it dies immediately anyway. Like you'll see so many games where a DLC will come out, maybe it's bugged, they support it for like a week or two, and then after they've gotten all the fucking money, they're just like, yeah, fuck it, we're on to the next thing. So you're doing it anyway, so why don't we just have fully developed, finished games, and then you move on to the next fucking project? Because if the game is full and finished and fun, nobody's going to be like, oh, hey, when are you guys going to do like more shit? They have the shit to do, and they're not going to bug you to come back every 2 weeks to fix it because it fucking works.
Yep. And like I love the Spider-Man games, but when the Spider-Man 2 released on PC finally, I mean, this is a game that had been out for a couple of years. They couldn't figure out how to like get a at least halfway decent launch day. Like, it's not a game that like dropped everywhere at once and fucked up, or like dropped on PC first. It wasn't Cyberpunk 2077. It did a game that'd been out for a while. They dropped it on PC, and it was just useless on most computers for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that was like a Sony exclusive, and Sony's supposed to be like this big fucking technology company, and they can't do a fucking video game port. like or a PC port. And I could understand that back in the day when like PCs were like relatively new, but everybody has a fucking PC, laptop, whatever nowadays. Like they do better jobs with fucking mobile ports than they do with the fucking PC ports now. And it's wild. And it's not like code is some mysterious thing like it was back in the day where like a few nerds were into it and that was about it. Fucking it's widespread, it's everywhere. How do you not beta test these things? You just like they're just like clone porting it
Crazy.
over and being like, yeah, fuck it, it'll be fine.
Yeah, they had one person with a Windows 11 and one person with a MacBook. They played it on those to say, hey, it works on these.
Yeah, because that's the thing too. You're like, oh, it costs so much. You have to justify all these things. You have to justify the salaries and whatnot. It's like, okay, well, if I'm paying all that fucking money, then you're not even stress testing the fucking video games. Then what am I paying all that money for? Like, why are we paying so much? Oh, we've got these team of testers. Do you? Because I don't think you tested shit.
Yeah, what other product gets released into the world without their own testing?
Yeah, like and you know it's not exactly the same, but it kind of is. Like we're in the fucking electronics world, and you can smell right away if somebody tested some shit or not before they fucking released it. And these video games that are coming out in these states clearly aren't being tested, or they're being tested the way that R&D does testing of let me run it through my fucking console, and oh yeah, through my control console it works, so it'll definitely work when it's on somebody's fucking computer.
Uh-huh.
It's like, no, you're using special tools that you have and runs it in a different way. That is not the fucking same. Like, yeah, I don't know, but the losing their minds over it is like, again, when I realized the price cost the same, I think it's like a fucking it's kind of like a shock to people with kids. Like I 100% get that. Like if you got kids and you're finding out like now your kid's fucking video game is
Yeah.
gonna cost $90, you're like, what the fuck? But again, when you go back and look at the adjustment for
They were
inflation,
expensive. Yeah, our
yeah, it
parents
was like
didn't want to buy us games.
yeah, it was like $90 back then as well.
Yeah, you buy video games left and right nowadays. You know, every month you're like, oh, there's a new thing. And I mean, granted, they're, you know, like usually like, you know, smaller indie games, so you can buy more of them. But, you know, back in the day, like we got a video game as a birthday present, and then you played the shit out of that game until you were able to get something else. You mowed lawns and made your own money somehow or something like.
Yeah, well, that's why I do kind of like, and I know there's controversy over that too. I do kind of like the Microsoft subscription method of like Games Pass. I think that's a great idea. It's like, okay, well, we've got all these fucking games coming out now. They all cost a shit ton of money. Buy fucking Games Pass, and then you don't own these specific. Sometimes you do, right? Like you can just get games for free off of Games Pass. But isn't it like cycling games, or like how does it fucking
No,
work?
it cycles through them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some that are probably basically just going to be like staples on there permanently. But yeah, they cycle them through. They add them and take them away after. I don't know what the criteria is for how long they stay on or whatnot, but
Yeah.
they go through. Usually, like you know, like the big Microsoft games, they'll drop onto Games Pass on day one when they release.
Yeah. Yeah, like something like that. Like and even if it was like for more of a premium, but I mean what is it monthly for games?
10 or $15, I want to say something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's cheaper than
Look it up.
fucking Netflix. Like because that's the fucking thing. I don't mind going to that subscription model of video games where I know people are like, what the fuck? But like if you're not gonna play a game like all the way through, like
Okay, it's $20 a month.
yeah, okay. So for $20 a month, so you're talking what? Fucking $240 a year. You get access to all these fucking games.
Yeah, I mean, if you're buying a handful of games a year anyway, then there you go.
Yeah, or like if you have a kid who constantly wants new games, we give them Games Pass, and they just fucking download a new game that they want all the time. And yeah, you can pay a little bit more, and people could say it's crazy. It's like, yeah, but people still sub to WoW. That's about as much as a fucking WoW sub. And WoW charges you for every goddamn
Yeah.
DLC that comes out. They're like, oh, new expansion here, give us another $150. So like it's not much different, but at least you get access to multiple games instead of paying for a sub for one fucking game that they'll never let go of because they're greedy fucks. But
Yep.
but yeah, I don't know. There's something that's got to shift in the games industry. But besides that, it's much like fucking Hollywood too. The games nowadays just suck. And the AAA games hate the small studios or hate like even like dude, what was it? Did Elden Ring win Game of the Year when it came out? I don't think it did.
I don't know.
You could look that one up. Like because the game awards, just like Hollywood awards, are bought and paid for the most part.
Yeah, Elden Ring won Game of the Year at Awards 2022.
Okay, perfect. At least they fucking won it because it was so big that they had to. But like,
is that the year it came out, or did it like win in like the wrong year?
oh, I don't know. When did it come out? 2022 sounds about right.
2022. Yep.
Yeah.
February 2022. So yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, and that makes sense. But you know, the AAA game companies they hate things like that too because they don't understand. They're like, nobody's gonna like this game. Everybody likes a game that's on the rails and tells you what to do and holds your hand all the fucking time. And there's no microtransactions in that game. How are you gonna make money? what are you gonna do? They don't understand that gaming started as an art form and a passion industry, and that's what fucking drove it. And now that you've sucked the soul out of it and it's all monetary, nobody fucking likes it. That's why they go for the little small indie games because they're still passion projects and they're fun. Like even like fucking Minecraft that's like dominated for years was somebody just fucking around in Java having fun, and it was so much it was so entertaining, and it just scratched that fucking itch in your brain.
Yeah, that's how the Portal games happened too, right? It was like a college project or something like that.
I don't know if it was that. I think it was like a mod, right? Wasn't that just a fucking mod, a Half-Life mod?
I know it's off of Half-Life, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was like a Half-Life mod that they turned into a video game. But yeah, still, like people fucking around. Like now you can't even make mods for games. You get cease and desist from the fucking parent companies. It's like, don't you guys realize like this is how so many like different games were created in the future? And if a mod gains traction and is good, and you reached out to that modder and said, "Hey, you want a job working for us and getting paid to release this?" They would have fucking 100% do it. Instead they shoot them in the foot, and then you're like, okay, now you've killed the thing that drawed a lot of people into your fucking game. You look bad on top of it, and now nobody wants to buy your shit in the future because they know you're an asshole.
Didn't I saw something about the re-release of Elder Scrolls Oblivion? It does not support mods.
That one I don't know. I haven't looked like enough into it. I know they kept like a lot of the like a lot of the old glitches and stuff in the game that like people love. Like there's something of like stealth or something that you can cheese or whatnot, and they left the original cheeses. But I don't know if that's necessarily true. It's hard to tell because, well, actually no, I think it's the remake stuff because it looks too good. But people can still use the command console. So like if you could still use the command console, you got to be able to make mods.
All right.
And I don't see them like not supporting mods, but also sometimes mods can be like a fucking crutch. Like in WoW, mods are a problem because fucking Blizzard doesn't develop the game properly because they're just like, they'll make a mod that does it for you.
Yeah. People make it the way they want it to with mods.
Yeah, so mods are kind of like a double-edged sword with that. They're like creative things that like add nice things to your game to make them fun, to make them more enjoyable are great. Mods that are the only way your game are fucking playable is a problem. Like if I can't do the fucking math or I wouldn't be able to know what I'm doing in your game without a mod or an add-on to tell me how I'm doing, your game is developed poorly.
Luckily, like or at least most of the mods for Elder Scrolls games that I played, and I don't know if that's the case for all of them or a majority of them even, but for the ones I played, most of them are just like silly fun, like making the dragons Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing, right? So those mods bring people to your game because people see a game like that and they're like, oh yeah, we definitely want to like go and do that. And there's things too, like I don't know if they still go after them like they used to, but I remember they had like the GTA RP servers, and but Rockstar would go after them in the past.
Really?
Yeah, well, because they're not hosting them through them. But like if you see that niche in your community that like it, why don't you bridge that gap and fucking make dedicated RP servers?
I know they're still a thing because I see videos for them.
Oh yeah, but you know, yeah, just like classic WoW servers, even when they brought classic WoW back, classic WoW servers where they mod them and do crazy shit, is still a thing, and Blizzard still goes after them. And to some degree, I understand. Like, you can't like just people let run ramshot and steal your IP, but there's a more tactful way to handle it. Again, if you see so much of your player base going towards a different way of playing the fucking game, don't shut it down. Embrace it
Yeah.
and partner with those people. Figure out like how to scratch that niche. But again, it's become so
Hmm.
corporate, so like monetized that like they're just killing things. Like even back in the day with Heroes of the Storm, that game was doing fine. They had esports for it, whatever. But now that it's EA, Blizzard and EA together, because it wasn't $1 billion game, they shut it down. They're like, and the announcement that they were shutting it down was in the middle of an esports event for the game. The people were being told, yeah, you're fired. It's
Wow.
like, what?
Like right now.
Yeah, yeah, it was wild. And it's like that's the new benchmark though. It's just like fucking movies. Like if the game doesn't make $1 billion, it's considered a
Mm.
failure. And it's like that is an asinine way to do things. You need to focus on the art form first and the money will fucking
Mm.
follow it.
And then there's like the sort of shit with like, like and it's not modern community, but like red versus blue. Do you think that could happen today? Because like it
Oh.
got away with like Bungie because like the Bungie guys thought it was great. They gave them access to like make their videos better, and I don't know if that's how Forge came about or not, but like they got the shit and they got to play with the actual tools and make better content with it. Like I don't see Microsoft giving anybody access to that shit to like or even allowing them to do it.
Well, the new guy running the games division of Microsoft might be like more amenable to it because he's talked about like bringing all these like classics games back and whatnot. But yeah, no, it is so much now like sue first, ask questions later. But to that too, some of it some of it is the game companies themselves, but some of it is the teams of fucking lawyers
Mm-hmm.
that like before they've even run it by anybody, they're serving lawsuits, and then the companies like backpedaling on the other side of that sometimes. Where okay, this person who's harmless has been served a cease and desist, and it looks really bad publicly, and then they're
Mm-hmm.
like, well, fuck.
The guys from Drug Dealer Simulator who were like, whoa, 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 we just have to check this out. We're not suing anybody right now. Everybody relax.
Oh, you mean the no that Polish company is suing them.
Is that the Drug Lord Simulator folks?
Yeah, so
They
so
put out a statement saying they weren't gonna. Isn't that?
did that change? Because Schedule 1 was okay, but then the drug simulator people were going to sue Schedule 1 because it was doing so well in their game. They're like, you copied the same thing. It's
No,
like the police searching you, and it's like,
I saw
what?
but like they like that was like they did like start an investigation, but that's all it was.
Yeah, well, I really think like that whole like suing over game mechanics thing is fucking crazy.
Yeah, so here's PC Gamer. Yeah, drug dealer simulator developer says would not pursue any legal actions against Schedule One in any shape or form if it had its way. There's more shit like so I don't know if it's evolved since then, but at least like I saw something about them. They put out a statement saying that like, hey, we have to like legally we have to because we have a board of directors and shit. At least do an investigation, but like we don't wish anybody any ill will. I don't know if their shit went to any more after that, but
Oh, so yeah, okay, so perfect example of what I'm talking about. That's like an automatic
yeah.
lawyer trigger thing there.
Uh-huh.
That like the lawyers are like, we got to sue because this thing's doing so well. It's our intellectual property, which is just like asinine. And mechanics for like games, I don't think should be able to be trademarked. If the way you program it, like if you want to trademark your code and the way you programmed it, fine. But like the whole Power World thing and fucking Nintendo, right? Like Power World couldn't be sued by Nintendo. So what they fucking do? They sued them for using the mechanic of releasing like a fucking thing from a ball. Like the action of throwing a ball to catch like a pal, like they said that that's a trademark like thing on there, and it wasn't. They trademarked that like Nintendo actually went out and because of that trademarked the action of throwing a ball to catch a creature.
Yeah, ridiculous.
And it's like no, like that shit needs to get stopped. So like you need some stuff on the courts too to be like no, that's not okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, video game parodies should be protected the same way that normal parodies for music, comedy, everything else like that is protected. If I make a video game making fun of your fucking video game and it's awesome, you can't sue me because I made fun of your video game and
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Yeah, here's a bit from Drug Dealer Simulator. So after managing the ongoing drama, blah blah blah, it says, there's clips of Schedule One has its own vibe, freshness, ideas that derive from the concept of DDS1, but expand on it and bring them in its own shape and style. Down here it says, if we had any choice in this, we would not pursue any legal matters. Considering we do not own the DDS IP, we do not have direct influence over the decision surrounding the investigation. But where was the? Oh, something. Basically, they're saying like we want it to end well for everybody. Like that's it. Everybody who makes games, that's what we're here to do, is to have fun and make things people enjoy. Basically, is what they say.
Yeah,
Which is cool.
yeah, but after like the whole debacle with it. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking, it just seems like there's like it's so soulless, and then like everybody always brings up the fucking Gamergate thing back in the day, which that was more like corruption in media anyway, and it's like yeah, but like that kind of corruption always exists, like in all of these kind of things, and yeah, it got exposed a little bit, but like fucking who cares? The real problem is just like Hollywood, just like all these other entertainment things, they're pushing shit in a direction where like people are like, okay, like we get it, but can you make it good?
Yeah.
Like it, because all these things that are like, oh, well, you don't like it because this, that, the other thing. It's like, well, yeah, I'm not a fan of it, but if you made the game awesome, I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, we wouldn't care.
Yeah, if the game was awesome, this would be great. Like fucking who gives a shit? But instead your game sucks, then you're shoehorning shit into the game and it's like who the fuck's playing this? Like nobody. And the ones that are playing it are just playing it to shit all over it, which isn't good for the fucking company either. Because they could say, bad press is good press, all the fuck they want, but not when it's a consumer driven industry and people will see that shit and go like, yeah, I don't want to buy this fucking game.
Mm-hmm.
What the Assassin's Creed thing is like a fucking
Yeah.
like perfect example of that shit. Just shooting themselves in the foot over that. Like what they brought out the fucking the Black Samurai. What's his fucking name?
Yasuke.
Yeah, they brought out Yasuke, and then I think the other like protagonist is a female ninja, and they've like I guess I haven't played it, so I don't fucking know, but apparently they heavily implied that she's like lesbian.
Yeah.
And it's like okay, but like that's their two like character traits: the Black Samurai and the lesbian ninja, and it's like wow.
Yeah, I don't know.
But is the game good? Like what the fuck? And like
To be honest, I haven't heard anything about the game, only about the controversies of it. I haven't heard shit about the actual gameplay.
I heard it's like
Yeah.
but again, that's something where like okay, you fucking you have the story in feudal Japan, make it fucking awesome. And then those two characters that you want to put in there because you're like, oh, these are characters that we think have some loose historical relevance or whatever. How about you make those fucking DLCs and purchasable things? Be like, hey, if you want to, you can do these storylines. Or like have it maybe like GTA style where you switch between characters.
Well, that's what you do.
Well, no. But I mean, like, still have like the main, like, actual historically accurate, like Japanese samurai character.
Yeah, although, well, Assassin's Creed isn't known for their historical accuracy.
No, I know, but people like, because I guess there hasn't been like any Assassin's Creed that's been like in any Asian country yet, right? So people
didn't they?
No,
there was Mirage.
Where the fuck's Mirage at?
I think was it China?
But either way, people were like, "Yeah, I'm excited to have a fucking character that's like me," and then they're like, "Yeah, get fucked." Baghdad.
No, Baghdad. Way off. Way off. Sorry.
Yeah. Asia, Middle East, fucking tomato. Yeah,
I could have swore that they did China at some point.
you're probably thinking of a different game series. But still, like, regardless, though, like, they're like, okay, I can't wait to play this character that's like me. And then they're like, yeah, no, we're gonna have the Black Samurai come into play now. And it's like, what? Why?
Assassin's Creed Chronicles.
Yeah, what is that? Like a fucking side game that like nobody fucking played? What'd they come out on? Like, was that like a fucking like handheld only shit?
It may have been that may have been like the PSP one or something.
Yeah, like one of those filler fucking things that like, you have like what is it, Kingdom Hearts, like a bajillion fucking different ones of those.
Platforms, Windows, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PS Vita.
Okay.
That's it was like big toted for the Vita or something, because there was a couple ones for like the handheld.
Yeah, well,
It's sadly that the first few Assassin's Creed games were some of my favorite games ever. Sorry.
you all right?
First couple Assassin's Creed
Mio down
games,
the wrong hole there.
I'm good. But like only up to like the Black Flag, I guess. Most of them since then, I haven't been as much of a fan of, especially like since they started going like really open world with them. Like open world games are great to a point, but the Assassin's Creed, like, it's open world but also shoehorned. Like you can just go do whatever you want. Like there's plenty to explore, but like you have to go do this thing, which I mean I guess that's in the case for like most open world stuff. But I don't know, it always felt like open world on rails, and it's like I'm just crossing countryside to cross countryside.
Yeah. Well, a lot of like the open world in that back in the day was just a loading level. Ride your horse from here to here. It's like, okay, can I do anything along the way? Well, you might get attacked by some bandits, but you can't go off the road too far. And then you're in the town. It's like, okay, so you just loaded in the level of the town here. Yeah, like, okay, great, thanks.
Yeah, the open world Assassin's Creed ones. I mean, like the originals were like, okay, go be sneaky, fight these dudes, kill this dude, get this shit. Like, and now you're going all across the thing, doing like super secret, like political shit. You have like teams of guys you have to manage and like a little store. Like there's too much. It's not Assassin's Creed anymore.
Oh yeah, I really hate that shit too. It's like I hate that companies are so much like, oh, we've added in this system, so now the system needs to be in every game going forward. It's like, no, if you add in a system and it's not good, remove the fucking system.
Yeah.
Like don't just keep, oh well, a couple of people bought this shit, so we got to throw it back in. No, the fuck you don't. Get the fuck rid of it. Stop doing that bullshit and stop like, I hate the fucking time gatey shit too. Stop doing time gate stuff. If people want to binge the fuck out of your video game and like run it to the end, let them run it to the fucking end. It doesn't matter. Those and then if they complain, it's like people that binge watch fucking TV shows. Sorry you watched your fucking whole show in one day and you got to wait another year for the next show, but that's how it is.
Yeah.
But don't stop people from doing it.
Agreed.
Yeah, there's nothing more frustrating to me when I'm like trying to farm up something or do something and they're like, "Oh, well, you've hit your max for the week." And it's like, "What? Why?"
What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah, like, and if you want to do it, like, don't time gate it where like you hit the max. Do something where like you slow the reward progression. Be like, yeah, when I'm at my max, give me like 10 of the thing for the week, and then when I've hit the week cap, give me like 5. And then if I do that for too long, give me like 2. Like slow it, but allow me to like, if I want to do it and keep doing it and spend the time in,
get something out of it. Otherwise, like unless you just enjoy grinding for no reason and no reward, there's no point in doing it.
Yeah.
Like the only incentive there is to make you stop playing the game for a while.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, why do people just stop playing our game after they do the stuff that you need to do for the week? It's like, do you hear yourself?
Because there's no reward for doing it again.
Yeah. Yeah, like what the fuck? Like if you want player engagement, do stuff that incentivizes you for like repeating the content.
Mm-hmm.
Like a la stuff like Diablo 3 and whatnot, where you're just running dungeons over and over again to try to get like better gear constantly. Don't like nerf your ability to get things. Just make it like rerolls of stuff. Like rerolls of stats will still get people to play.
Yeah.
And what you get from that is then you
Even
get
if it's marginal.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then you retain a player base, which helps with like your community all together. So like, yeah, you're gonna have those tryhards that are like, I need the perfect stat, everything. And yeah, sometimes they're dicks to play with, but at least they're fucking playing.
Yeah.
As opposed to now, it's those same tryhards come in, do all the fucking content in the first 3 hours of a fucking weekly cycle repeating, and then they're gone. And that's the majority of your player base. And then anyone new that comes in is like, where the fuck is
What's going on in
everybody?
this game? Yeah.
Why do I gotta wait 20 minutes in a queue? Fucking crazy to me.
You see the shit that the New World Eternum is going to be doing in the next season?
No.
They're going to make a hardcore version.
Of New World?
Yeah.
How the fuck? How could you do a hardcore version of New World?
Don't die.
Good luck.
The little bit that I read said that your character is not just going to like go away. It's not like Diablo style hardcore. But you're just going to you'll still be on the server. You get to keep all your shit. But like the rewards and like abilities you can do and stuff like this, there's less you can do. You'll still be able to play, but you won't be able to like reap all of the like, hey, I've still been alive shit.
Yeah, but how does that work with a game like that that's heavily PvP focused?
I think that section will not be PvP unless you want it.
Well, no, but I mean, like, so, like, the whole thing in New World was the factions took over different areas and you had faction wars. Are they going to do faction wars, but your deaths in faction wars don't count?
They might have done away with the factions.
Yeah, but New World's a perfect example of, like, you can't fucking throw money at a game and make it good. Because, like, that had, like, the biggest fucking game budget of all time, right? New World did?
Yeah. It was massive. And, like, at first it was super fun. But, like, there's another version of, like, not a fully finished game.
Well, that one, to some extent, but it's not that it wasn't that it was fully finished. It was the fact that the MMO problem that when you get to the end, if the end game sucks, nobody keeps playing the game. Like leveling up in an MMO is fun, but when you get to the end, if there's not fun shit to do at the end, people just stop playing the game. It's like Pokemon, dude. Like you get to the fucking max level in Pokemon, you beat the final four, you get everything you want to get. Like, why would you keep playing it? Oh, maybe you can catch a shiny. It's like, yeah, that's not a big enough incentive for me to fucking keep playing the fucking game. Looking about like what the PvP focus is.
Yeah, I'm not immediately finding solid information on that. So.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, like fucking, I don't know. Like the biggest games right now anyway are games that came out fucking years ago. Like all the kids still play Fortnite and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's still playing fucking Call of Duty, like the most recent Call of Duty. Nobody's
Fortnite's still like one of the most popular games in the world, basically, right?
Yeah, I still don't have the right level of tism to play that.
I don't get it.
I can't do that shit. I tried like when it first came out. People were like, "You gotta play." I couldn't. I know it's not as heavily that anymore, but I couldn't do the whole like build and shoot shit. It's too much to fucking. I'm like, I can't. No, it's too much. I can't do this. And I suck at like normal shooters anyway. So you add that fucking extra level, and I'm like, what do you mean I gotta build cover while I'm getting shot at? Like, the fuck are you talking about?
People who can like build whole house while like shooting. While falling midair in about 3 seconds. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, I've never been really good at shooters like that. But even like things like Minecraft are still like pretty big. And that's the thing. Like all these very old games are still popular, and they can't figure out why. It's like, yeah, because your graphics are amazing now.
But half the new games that come out are just old games.
Yeah. With better graphics. It's like, yeah, the graphics are amazing, but your story sucks. Like, why would I ever play your shit? It's like if you had if you put a fucking sports car body over a go-kart. Like, yeah, it looks beautiful, but I'm going fucking 10 miles an hour. Like, why would I buy this thing? Like, and that's what modern video games are. They look fucking amazing.
Mhm.
And then when you play them, trash. And either the story's trash or the gameplay's trash, and they
Yep.
can never figure it out. That's
Every once in a while, you get a gem that's okay, or the opposite side, a gem that's both trash gameplay and trash story.
Yeah, and I hate how fast people moved on from Elden Ring. But like when that first came out and like doing that first like beginning thing, like not knowing where to go and
Mhm.
fighting that first like little mini boss thing in the cave, and I fought it for like an hour and a half and then
Well,
finally fucking beat it, felt so good.
you went ahead and made your first playthrough as a wretch, like a madman.
Well, yeah, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna fucking do it hardcore, man. Like have fun. Like I don't want to start at easy mode.
We're like, yeah, we're beating the first boss. You're like, I don't have clothes yet.
Yeah. Well, fucking dude, remember I went to that cave and all I had was the fucking club,
Yeah.
and I beat that bitch with a club. I was like, fuck yeah. And like I think even the fight where I beat it, it was like 20-minute fight before I fucking beat it.
Uh-huh.
Like but it felt so good. You're like, yes, I finally beat the fucking thing. And then contrary to that, like, you know, to go back to like fucking new games like putting you too much on rails and it's bullshit and it's like just let me have fun. The last Pokemon I played was Sword and Shield, right? So it's kind of got this open worldy fucking bullshit vibe to it. I went out into the world. I had a high enough level fucking like Pokeball for it. I I found a higher level Pokemon in the wild. I attacked it with my team, got it down to where it had basically had one slither of red health. I threw the fucking Pokeball at it, and it told me you're not high enough level to catch this. I was like, bull fucking shit. What do you mean? I have a Pokeball that's made for that fucking level. I got it down to the health range where I should be able to catch it. Why can't I catch it? And like you gotta level up sooner, or you gotta level up faster. Then move this bitch out of here. Why is this thing even in this fucking zone? Like
Hmm.
it's so annoying, and they don't understand. Where Elden Ring, that fucking the Tree Sentinel boss when you first come out, if you run into that right off the bat and you're so low fucking level, you can still fight it and beat it. It'll take you forever,
Yeah, it's
but
why
you can
people
beat
do
it
it.
and you can get the fucking shit. And not only that, that first boss that like is meant to kill you and you can die, you know you can beat that boss too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Seen people do it. Don't know how they did it.
Oh, it's fucking like, dude, like many a restart. Because if you die, you can't just like you
Uh-huh.
gotta like restart it and like go back to that. But like they at least let you do it. Like nothing is on the rails in that game. Even like remember when I just skipped the first boss
Mhm.
and you guys were like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Yeah, I
Yeah,
just went around it."
it.
They're like, "What?" You're like, "What? How?" I was like, "I don't know. I found a way around it. I went around it. I'm over here now beating shit." Like what the fuck?
Do you want help killing that? No, I'm gonna level up for a while and then go back by
Yeah,
myself.
yeah. Then I leveled up and I went back and I killed it. I like,
You beat the second boss before you beat the first boss, right?
I think so, something like that. Well, actually, no, I don't think I beat the second boss, but I've cleared like so much like onto the way that I beat the first boss and then I beat the second and third boss like immediately, and then like, so I'm still like in the middle of that. I beat what is it, the Morgith thing or whatever the fuck her name is. Then I went back and I beat the magic lady, whatever the fuck that one was, the
Okay.
magic lady boss. Then I beat Radon, and then the only other main boss that I beat past that, I beat the Godwin or Godric thing or
Mhm.
whatever. And that one I didn't even intend to do. I was just like wandering through the capital and I ran into that boss fight. I was like, I guess I'm here now. And I beat it. It wasn't that bad because I'm so fucking high leveled. I'm just like going through everything. And I found so much like fucking mad secret stuff in that game. Like I want to get back and play to it at some point, but like when nobody else is playing it, it's just like, eh.
Speaking of DLC, I gotta get that.
The Erd Tree one.
Yeah, I still haven't played it. On my list.
We gotta get our other friends to fucking get that game finally. We'll do like a playthrough of like finally beating the fucking normal game, and then we'll all do the DLC. That would be fun. Because again, if everybody's playing it, it's a lot of fucking fun. You're like, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm doing this. I'm doing
Mhm.
that. Like,
Yeah, when everybody was talking about it and like we're trying to beat each other to certain shit, and
yeah, find different
Yeah.
secret things. It was awesome. And
it was a community event.
yeah, I love that like little faith-based build that I have going around killing things. It's so fucking fun. I love it. But yeah, like stuff like that has like good replay value, or like, you know, is good even on its own and it's challenging. There's just not much shit like that today. I'm curious to see what happens to it, but honestly, like if they continue down this trend, it might go the way that like the only gaming in the future is just fucking mobile gaming,
Yep.
and it'll just be retro games that everybody's fucking playing still, and like the play companies will just fall apart
Mm.
because fucking, you know, who cares?
Well, eventually, yeah, if the AAA's fall apart, I think the indies will like come up to the level to meet like substance of like similar quality. You know, that there'll be a void and it'll get filled.
Maybe. I don't know. Consoles are kind of dying
Mm.
too.
Yeah.
Like the next Xbox is just basically going to be a PC.
Yep. And then at some point after that, isn't Microsoft basically planning on just going like software?
I mean, they're more or less doing that anyway.
Yeah.
The next Xbox is just going to be a PC that comes with Microsoft and Steam on it. So it's just a more affordable PC, which works for me. Like fucking make
Yep.
it that way. Because that's what consoles were in the early days anyway. There were more affordable PCs. And it's like now we're coming full circle back to that. Because you can't get these super and pro and lights and all the shit like being out all the time, and you can't get a fucking console, and that's why it's like just play on PC. You can play with all your buddies anyway, and most of the stuff goes cross-platform, and then you can still play with them. Like I don't know, the whole console war thing is fucking stupid.
Yeah. It seems to be on the way to getting resolved, the console war bullshit. Hopefully, as long as that trend continues to like merge into friendly shit with them, shit that doesn't hurt the gamers.
Yeah, well, and honestly, the AAA game fucking companies really got to figure this shit out too soon, because I know we talked before. I want to talk about like AI in a future like episode, but once the AI gets good enough, especially this language model AI, and the accessibility that there is to like programming video games now, if they don't get their shit together, people are just going to go to AI and say, "Hey, I want you to make me a video game that does this with these like different combat systems and this
Mm-hmm.
different playthrough," and it's just going to make them the fucking game. And then you just say, "Hey, make this game so it has multiplayer like capability, and then give me the game file, and then you give it to your buddies, and you just play with your buddies." Like, and if it's good, then maybe you like monetize it, and other people will play with their buddies. You don't even have to fucking host it server side, because if you
I
play
thought you were
peer
saying
to
like
peer,
companies are going to start doing that to sell. But
no,
individual
people are gonna
like,
do it.
Just go to AI and like, hey, I want to play this thing, and ask AI to do it. AI will do. That's I had not thought of that.
Yeah, because think about how do they even charge for fucking Unreal Engine? How much does Unreal Engine cost?
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like fucking like you get that software, and then you're just making the fucking games. Especially like talk about the price of games now. If you could just get the software that makes the fucking game, and let's say it's 200, 300, $400, and then you just have AI developing you fucking newer and better games all the time, why the fuck would you ever buy any kind of game like that? And because they already have the AI art shit going on, they already have the AI voice copying. You could be like, "Yo, make me a fucking video game that's in fight style with all the world leaders with their fucking voices at it, and make it in the South Park style of animation." And then you'd have like a la, remember the fucking, oh my god, Celebrity Deathmatch back in the day? Like you'd have a video game a la Celebrity Deathmatch that AI completely made and generated for you. And when like you do it and play it, like if it's not good enough, you just tell it, "Hey, I need you to like dial up the shit talking in the game by like 10%." You know what I mean? Like, because there's already so many AI videos out there right now of just deep fake of people like fucking talking. And the more famous you are, the easier it is for the AI to make your voice model.
and that is probably going to happen someday, and that's going to be crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna see culture die, and it's just gonna be your own personal content. and like maybe like clusters of people that like you interact with will like the same thing and watch the same thing. And it's even like to the degree of like the podcasting space and whatnot now. Like, yeah, we're two dudes just like chilling in a room, but that's like a fucking like a lot of it now. And you have your small like the entertainment stuff is going to get more decentralized instead of centralized. Like, yeah, you might have like a small chunk audience, which is cool, but it's all going to be niche content stuff. And whatever the thing that you like is what you're going to like get into that tunnel of. And again, you're going to just talk to AI, make me this thing, do it. And it'll fucking do it. Like once these things get powerful enough and get enough access to like other things on the internet, it could do it no problem. You again with the AI images and audio and all that, it could already, if you want to, like be like, hey, make me a 30-minute video about this. It'll make you the fucking video. You can watch it. Video game's the next step.
Yep.
But yeah, they could save it. They could save themselves, but they have to make it better. That's the whole thing with like the strike in Hollywood that happened like around the AI shit. They're like, we need to strike against AI to protect our jobs. It's like, yeah, but if you guys didn't suck, you wouldn't need to strike anyway. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, the AI is not coming for your jobs. You're coming for your own jobs because you fucking suck. Like nobody wants to watch your shit. And the fucking the Snow White shit was like the fucking greatest example of that one. Love that. Fucking shout out to my boy Dragon Ball Evolution. Dragon Ball's like, yes, finally we're not the worst live action adaptation of all time. like how bad are you that you fucking lost out to that?
I did not know about whatever statistic you're saying, but
Yeah. Dragon Ball Evolution has been the worst rated fucking live action since it came out, only to now be surpassed by the Snow White one. Like, that's so bad, because you remember how bad that Dragon Ball fucking movie was.
There were parts of it that I enjoyed. If it wasn't a Dragon Ball movie, like, if they didn't call it that, it wouldn't have been nearly as bad.
Yeah, but like if they didn't call it a Dragon Ball movie, you wouldn't even know that it was a Dragon Ball movie. That's how fucking bad it was. Like, and the Snow White movie did worse than that.
Yeah, the movie itself wasn't that terrible. It was the adaptation.
Yeah. But that's where we're getting at with the fucking the video games and everything too, where it's just like you guys are making trash fucking content, and part of it is like these developers being overworked, where it's like you gotta pump shit out constantly, but like somebody's
trying to keep up with the indies who are putting shit out constantly. But the indies, it's indie stuff. It's early stuff. It's unfinished stuff. It's, small little cute things. Like, make your big thing. Do one of them every couple of years.
Yeah, and if you want to test things, release them as like little fucking like $5 things instead of $50 DLCs. Be like, hey, here's a $5 fucking add-on to the game that we think is gonna be fun. Test it out. Let us know. And if they fucking love it, great. Then you focus more on something like that, and the next release make it cost more. But fucking like if you want to test out new stuff and make it revolutionary, just make it fucking cheap.
Yep.
Or make it free. Be like, hey, we're doing this thing, free weekend of this. Let us know what you think. We'll come back with a fucking full fleshed out version later.
Limited playtests, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Like, but even then, you still have to listen to the fucking community because they'll do stuff and then like not listen to like what's going on at all. Like, cause me with fucking WoW, I played and subbed to that game for fucking years, and they were going in such a bad direction. Then they had Dragonflight where they listened to the fucking community again, and then at the end of Dragonflight, they're just like, yeah, we made a bunch of money again, so fuck you guys. And I was like, no, I'm done. I was absolutely done. I'm like, and it took like the guild drama where I fucking as somebody pointed it out to me, and it's like. They're like, oh, you shouldn't. I'm like, no, because like at the end of the day, the guy's right. Why am I playing a fucking game that I fucking hate? And that these guys like will never listen to the player base, and they never fucking learn because they're like, oh, the players are idiots. The players are your fucking fan base. They're your customer. Yeah, fucking video games are the only industry where you go, the customer's a fucking moron. Like, what do you mean? The customer is who you cater to. No other industry that I've ever seen or worked in goes, oh yeah, the customer doesn't like said thing. We're not going to change said thing. The customer's a fucking moron. Like, what? Like, what are you
Uh,
talking about? It feels like the video game industry is like a constant a version of that restaurant where they fucking just ridicule you the whole time. You know,
Dicks.
yeah, where they put the fucking hat on you, like, you
Is it
fucking idiot.
Dick's Last Resort? Yeah.
Yeah, you
I've never
dummy.
been, but I would love to.
Yeah, but that's what the video game industry is basically turned into, you know? You're just sitting there for the humiliation ritual every time. And like all they do is like if you're like, yeah, I don't like this thing, or I don't like the direction of this thing, they're going like, oh well, you're just a fucking hater. That's why you don't like it. Fucking nerd. Go out, touch grass. And it's like,
Buy this $20 horse.
yeah, the fucking Oblivion horse armor, the first fucking microtransaction, and the fucking the downfall of all that shit. Because that was that one streamer or whatever that was fucking part of the OnlyFang streamer guild shit. What is it? The fucking real deep voice guy.
Pirate Software.
Yeah, Pirate
Yeah.
Software. Yeah, he used to work for Blizzard back in the day. He's like, you want to know why shit fucking fell apart? Like the what was it? The first microtransaction in WoW was some sort of horse. It was like a unicorn horse or whatever. And he said that fucking microtransaction horse made more money than StarCraft 2. And he's like, yeah, that's why the fucking game started falling apart. Because it's all about you got to develop the next microtransaction because it makes more money than the fucking video games. And you don't care about the games. And it's like, yeah, that's cool, but like your microtransactions should supplement the hole in fucking money raising for your new games. So like put a microtransaction out, everybody buys the fucking skin, and then take that money to develop the fucking games. But instead they take that money and go, hey, shareholders, look at this fucking profit margin that I just made. This fucking horse skin armor thing took me fucking 50K to develop and I made 20 million on it.
Uh,
Like,
and
oh cool, you gotta reinvest that in the video games? Nah, I'm just gonna
for
fucking
God's sakes,
pocket
if you're
it.
selling microtransact, like, cosmetic shit for that, don't also charge subscription for the game. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, or charge the obscene fee that you do for fucking DLCs. And those microtransactions aren't cheap either. Like those cosmetic things are like 20 fucking bucks.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Like, dude, if it's $1 or two, like that's the thing. If you lowered the price of those things, and you know me, I don't always do it. Sometimes I do it. You do it too. But fucking like, dude, if skins and stuff were like $1 or $2, I'd buy them all the fucking time.
I'd have a ton of them. Yeah. I've always said this.
Yeah, $20 though, it's like, yeah, no, fuck you. I'm not doing that.
I get they make a lot of money off of the ones that they sell when they sell them at those ridiculous price tags. But the people who are buying them, I gotta imagine is a significantly smaller percentage of people than if you sold them at a quarter of the price. You'd get triple the people buying them. And my math is wrong here, but basically, I feel like they'd make as much money, if not more, if they sold it cheaper, and a significantly larger number of people would buy them. Because I know I would. I'd rather buy 50 $2 skins than one $20 skin.
Yeah. And again, it's just that slider scale where it's just like the greed. The greed is the problem. And they don't understand. They're like, well, what's the issue? And it's like, well, like fucking, or if they made it instead, like, okay, I could appreciate too, because I know the EU like made the loot box thing like fucking illegal, but like, okay, shit that's required.
Is that why they did away with that in a lot of games?
Yeah. So like the shit where like a loot box gives you gameplay items, I think that's the part that was like specifically banned, and I'm 100% against that. You shouldn't have to pay for like loot box things to get like shit that makes you win the game. Fucking bullshit. But I would 100% be for if you did something like, okay, you could get this skin for $20, Or you could buy a loot box for $1, and it's all of these different like fucking skins in there, randomized, and you might get one at random.
But you're gonna get one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd rather have that, and then it kind of like fulfills both needs. Like, okay, if you want this ultra like rare fucking skin, pay $20 for it. If you just want to roll the dice like a pack of fucking Pokemon cards and pay $1, pay $1.
Yeah.
And then you could balance both sides of that scale, and people would fucking pay it, and they would make a lot more money.
Okay with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like again, like then you you do the fucking balance of it. How bad do you want that skin? Okay, like I could get 20 skins for $20 and run the chance, or I could spend $20 and get the skin I fucking want. Like make the decision. And I know they're like, oh, it's like gambling, but if it's not pay to win shit, who fucking cares? Like, and it's not gambling in that sense, because then you're at least getting something for your transaction. It might not be the thing that you want, but nothing stops you from getting the thing that you want.
Yeah, some people complain about microtransactions like as a principle. I don't mind them if it's cosmetic stuff. I take issue with the pricing of them. But yeah, I like microtransactions like as themselves. If they want to sell cosmetic content that, like you said, doesn't boost you in the game in any way, totally fine with that.
Yeah, 100%. Like I don't mind it at all. Like, and again, as long as there's alternative options, I think they're like completely fine. So again, roll the dice for something or get the guaranteed.
And I'm a little pay pig, so like sometimes I will buy the thing.
yeah. Like if it is fucking good enough, great. But like I hate that shit too. Like even that predatory shit of like it should be illegal, the shit where like you need a certain amount of a currency to buy a thing, and then you buy currency to buy the thing, but you have enough left over where you can't buy anything else. But like it's like, no, you should make whatever that currency is enough to buy a set number of things, and then that's it. Like,
or if you're using real money to do it, just make it exactly the same.
Just price the fucking things.
Give an option to like buy that amount.
Yeah.
Hey, click on this. Oh, I don't have it. I want to buy some. Bring me up to this level. Boom.
Yeah, because there's always the things that are like in between. It's like, well, if I buy the $5 thing, it's not enough. If I buy the $10 thing, it's too fucking much. But if I buy like fucking like, you know, the $15 thing, and it's like, what the fuck? Why are we doing this? Yeah, I don't know. Again, it gets away with it because in a sense, the video game industry is like the toy industry. A lot of fucking kids begging their parents of like, please buy me the thing. And like nowadays, parents really give into that shit. When we were kids, my parents would be like, shut the fuck up. You ain't getting shit. Done for me. Earn that shit.
Yeah, I don't know that it was even like a thing to like buy cosmetic shit for games like in game with real money when we were kids, but I don't imagine my parents would have allowed it.
Yeah, no. The in-game cosmetic thing wasn't around. Like I said, the only thing that it was like pre-order stuff. You could pre-order video games, and then you could get skin and stuff that like weren't in the game normally. But even then, like certain things, like it was kind of misleading in the shit. I remember Need for Speed Underground 2, the one that had the fucking the theme song where Snoop Dogg and the Doors like fucking partnered up. And the pre-order thing for that was the fucking like purple Escalade that was all pimped out. But the thing was, you couldn't get it in the normal game. You could only use that purple Escalade thing, and like if you were playing like couch co-op with your friend, and then you were like doing like drag races or whatnot, you could select that car as like one of the things. But that's not how it was advertised. It made it sound like you would start the game with that fucking car. Yeah. Like, and even if it was nerfed down, who cares? I'm playing against myself. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, the whole like skin shit, none of that was a thing. And if it was a thing, it was always stuff where like it was partnered with other things. Like you went and saw a movie, or you went to McDonald's and shit. Yeah,
promotions, not just here, buy it.
Yeah, and like and honestly, I'm kind of like more of a fan of those corporate promotions anyway. Like fucking partner with other things. It's like, yeah, let me go get like a fucking meal from McDonald's, and then I get a skin in the game. And then they give your gaming company fucking like 5% of whatever those sales are, you know, whatever the fuck. Who cares?
Oh, that's not more popular. I mean, like Mountain Dew and Doritos still do that shit with Call of Duty and like Halo and all that kind of shit. So like they had a Diablo one. So like Mountain Dew and Doritos know what they're doing. They've been doing it for a long time now, so they must make money. I don't know why more companies aren't doing similar shit.
It's kind of a dying like.
And this barcode and get some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. And most of us are just fucking old games that came out fucking years ago. We are playing the free shit
Mm-hmm.
just because I would pay for stuff if it's good, but if it's not good, I'm not gonna fucking pay. I'm not gonna pay full price. And even like the exclusive, I hate the fucking PC console war between Steam
Oh,
where Epic gets the exclusive. So I love the shit out of Steam where whenever an Epic Games exclusive finally like gets off the hold and
Steam
it goes
discounted
Steam
immediately.
discounts at 50%.
Uh,
Like fuck you, we don't care. We take our cut anyway. Get fucked. Like you wanna make our subscribers wait? Fucking here, take 50% of the fucking value. Because Epic, even though they're getting all this money, they don't invest the money and make it a fucking platform better. They do it and like, oh, we're gonna fucking do a console war here. And it's like, yeah, but your shit sucks, so fuck you. I'm not gonna buy it.
you know what's worse than the Epic versus Steam? It's in the VR world. The fucking meta shit has
Oh
taken over
yeah,
so many exclusives. Like, I don't have a meta. I don't want to get a meta. But there's so many like VR games that should be a whole lot of fun. I can't fucking play them because I don't. They're only available through the meta shit. And that's some console war type shit. But it's like there's not a lot of VR content to begin with comparatively. So to like take away the options really sucks.
yeah. But and that's the shit too, where fucking so they do that. They take away your options. They take away your choice, and then that's what like uh sends people into like doing things like piracy,
Mm-hmm.
doing emulators, shit like that. And it's like, yeah, but these people would have bought the shit from you normally if you just weren't a
Giving us an
greedy
option to do
motherfucker.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay, they're not gonna buy your piece of hardware, but the hardware doesn't make you money. That was like back in the day. They fucking they don't do this shit anymore. But like, I think where the PS3 came out, whatever.
Sold it at a
Yeah, they
loss, right?
sold it at a
Yeah.
loss because the games is what made
Mm.
them the fucking money. So they didn't give a fuck that they lost money on the console because like, oh yeah, we lose like $100 per console, but then we're making fucking $40-$50 per fucking video game. So who cares?
Yeah, I mean, Microsoft has figured it out. We like I said, we mentioned that a little bit earlier. They're going software. Say, hey, you want to play our games on your shit? Cool, we'll sell more games. You want to play your shit on our uh, portal or whatever? Like, sure, we'll make money off that. Like, we don't care. More games for everyone, which is cool.
Yeah, and again, there's software companies at the end. Yes, they sell hardware. It'd be great
Mm.
if your fucking hardware sold. But if your hardware doesn't sell, fuck it. Let somebody else make the hardware and you make the software and you still make the fucking money. Like that's the thing. They're like, oh, well, our hardware is not making money, so we're gonna make up for it with an exclusive. Or how about this?
Sega still makes games.
Yeah. Or how about this? You realize your hardware is a fucking money pit, and you stop making the hardware and you let somebody else fucking
Mm-hmm.
make it, and you just make the software instead. And even it went to like fucking if consoles just become you just have a PC that you hook up to your fucking
Yep.
TV, and the only hardware is people make controllers and people make the fucking games. They would still make a fuck ton
Yeah.
of money.
So we totally fine. And like, that's not necessarily going to create like a monopoly in the industry because there are how many different PC manufacturers, it's not you're not going to have, you know, difference between like a console and a PC. You could have different levels of hardware. That doesn't matter. You can have different OSs. A lot of games are porting over to Mac now. So like, it's not like it's not even going to be gatekeeped that well. And some people, a lot of people, they may not have a powerhouse PC, but they still have a MacBook, or some shit like that. A lot of games can be played on those now too.
I don't know. Again, that's the problem because like people don't see it like that. They're like video time waster and shit. Like an art form, and like there's basically these people like trying to gatekeep the fucking art form, and it's a problem. Just like it would be like imagine if they had theater exclusive movies.
Ugh.
Like how like there's
Yeah.
different movie
You can
theaters
only watch
across.
this at AMC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Or this is only a fucking Regal or whatever the
Uh-huh.
fuck it is. You know what I mean? Like, how much would people fucking hate that shit?
Yep.
And it's just like, and to an extent with that too, like the stream, same thing, the streaming
Ugh.
console wars. Oh, you want to watch a Marvel movie? You gotta have Disney Plus. Like, fuck you. I want another goddamn fucking subscription.
when getting rid of cable only to pay more with all the streamings than cable ever was.
Yeah, it's all, and all the gatekeeping shit is to protect the fact that like your shit's not good. So because it's not good, people aren't buying it. It's like if you had it across all these different platforms and you licensed it to them. So like, okay, on yours you make 100%, but if it's sold on the other things, you make like 20%. You're still making so
Money,
much
yeah.
fucking money, and if it's good, you'll make it back in strides. And not only that, if it's good and you make it back in strides, people will then start diverting towards your shit because they're like, man, the content coming out from these people is fucking
Yeah.
amazing. So like, yeah, I've got this thing now, but in the future, let me cancel this thing and go to this thing instead because this shit's amazing.
Yeah. Like there's nothing on actually like Paramount Plus, but for like random instance. So like there's nothing on Paramount Plus I want to watch except this one show. So I'm not gonna pay for Paramount Plus for this one show. But if that show were available on Netflix and they've already got Netflix and they're watching that, then oh, this is actually pretty good. Let me see what else they have.
Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. It's all greed and stock prices and numbers.
Yeah, well. That about wraps it up for us, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything else you want to like go in on this topic? Yeah, I think that was a nice therapy session on the gaming industry. I think, as avid gamers as I think we both were, fucking starting gaming like when we were fuck, like to that shit like just mold into what it is today, and like the graphics of the games that we had back in the day were so like or two.
Games were still so fun.
Dude, I still remember fucking the Game Boy Color where you were playing Game Boy games that weren't in color, and at the startup you would like hit different directions on the D-pad to change the fucking chromatic color scheme of the game, and it was so much fucking fun. Like, but now it's like, yeah, the shit looks so good. It looks like real life, and it's just so soulless that I'm like, yeah, I don't want to play it. But that shit I would play for hours. I got the Switch, and the first thing I got was fucking Crash Bandicoot remakes. I didn't get any fucking Switch games. Fuck about them.
I was so much better at Crash Bandicoot when I was a kid.
Oh my god, dude, it's so hard.
Like, how was I good at this before?
Well, you know what? I think it's harder with like the new HD shit anyway. Like it makes it like harder to hit some of those things. But still, regardless, I'm like, I'll play this shit for fucking hours. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed today. Again, if you like what we do, give us a like, give us a follow, give us a subscribe. Fucking drop a comment on the channel. Let us know about the feedback. Let us know how the audio is now. So it should be new and improved. And we'll talk to you guys next week.
Adios, friends.
See ya.